Okay, here we go. So I'm doing this on my personal page because I seem to get a little bit more action. So if you don't want to hear me talk about troubleshooting makeup, then just kind of flip right on through. But I am going to be saving this video to my YouTube. And if you have not subscribed to my YouTube yet, please do. I would appreciate that so much. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about troubleshooting with mascara makeup. So I get a lot of questions, especially from my new customers, about how they get the makeup to stay on their face all day and how they get that magic look. Hi, Kim, Angela, Shailene, Marianne, Cami, how are you guys all doing? Drop me a little hello on where you're tuning in from, just so I can kind of keep track. I think it's kind of fun to see where you're all tuning in from. So, as I was doing my makeup today, I just kind of wanted to talk about troubleshooting and the importance of making sure your skin is prepped and ready to go for the makeup. And that's for any makeup, not just for Maskcara's makeup. You're so cute, Maxine. And I just love helping women finally get through and find the magic in their face again. So I'm super excited that you're tuning in. Yay from Alabama. Love it. Okay, so let's talk about prepping your face before you do any kind of makeup. First off, you need to be exfoliating your face. I like a product called Cure for some people. It's a little bit harsh for my skin. Actually, the best exfoliating that I can do for my face is shaving my face. Now, there's a couple of different ways that you can shave your face. There are these little tinkle razors that work good. I actually just use a razor. I've even used my husband's electric razor, and that's just fine. Hi, Kim from Michigan. So whatever you need to do, your hair will not grow back thicker. It will not grow back dark. I don't want anybody to panic about that. It's a complete wives' tale. Think about how many guys try to grow hair in different places on their face and even on their head, and they shave their head and it doesn't come back. You guys, it's a real deal. Okay? So make sure you're shaving your face. My face right now actually looks a little fuzzy, and I probably should shave it, but I don't have time today, so that's fine. We'll do it another day. But make sure you're shaving your face. Make sure you're using high quality skincare products. Something that cleanses your skin without drying your skin out, okay? Don't be using a bar of soap, all right? Use a really mild cleanser, and then make sure you tone your skin and then moisturize your skin, okay? Now, with that being said, I don't cleanse my skin in the morning and tone it. Yeah, you need to shave your face. Your hair won't grow back thicker, I promise. Trust me. And then I just moisturize my skin in the morning. I use Milk Magic. This stuff is amazing. I've been using this now for almost 2 years now, and my skin has never been better. Okay, so get yourself some Milk Magic. It's amazing. And if you're interested in the skincare line, I'd be happy to talk to you a little bit more about that as well. Or you can watch one of my other videos too. So I like to moisturize my skin, and then I like to let it sit on my skin for about 15 minutes. This way my skin soaks in all of the good ingredients and my skin is all ready to go for the makeup. Now let's talk about primers, okay? I actually have tried primers with this makeup and I don't like it personally for me, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't use a primer, okay? Everybody's skin is completely different. Whenever I put anything next to my skin other than the makeup, my skin breaks out. So it just loves the makeup and the protection that the makeup gives it. It's like a layer of yummy ingredients that keep the environmental toxins out and keep my skin really moisturized. So, but if you need a primer, I've tried a few different ones. I've tried this Milk Blur Stick. I have used the Stay Spray before my makeup. There we have two different kinds of Stay Spray. We have Stay Spray and we have the Stay Spray with the SPF, which is called Stay Outside, which both are fantastic. And I know a lot of people that love to prime using the Stay Spray. The other thing that I have done before is I've gone in when I'm doing like pictures and I really want a glam look and I want it to last for like 24 hours for like tonight, right? For like New Year's Eve, but really I don't need it to last all night. I will use like a CC cream underneath my makeup, but then I just have to know that my skin's going to break out. So it's kind of one of those things where I just kind of have to decide what is going to be most important. The other thing that I've heard some people do is they use our toner. They spray the toner on and then they let it sit for a minute and then they put their makeup on and it acts as an amazing primer. The other primer that I have used before, it's from, let's see if I can grab it. It's from Crude. And they have a couple of different ones, but this Glow is really good as a primer as well. And for us mature ladies, you want to make sure and keep your under eyes moisturized, okay? This is critical for us because if our under eyes dry out, then our wrinkles get worse as the day goes on. I love this Banana Bright Eyes moisturizer for underneath my eyes. It does a really good job of keeping my eyes, under eyes moisturized really well. So I love that. And I will link some of these products below in my YouTube video. Yeah, see, Pam, that's the thing is, and that's one of the things that's so amazing about this makeup and amazing about the artist program is that that's what we're here for, is to help you figure out what makeup, what color, all of that is going to work for you and help you get that really magical glow that mascara gives you. So my face is moisturized, my under eyes are ready to roll. I'm not going to use a primer, but I'm going to go in and start doing my makeup and just kind of talking to you a little bit more as I go. So let's talk a little bit about color correcting. I did a video about this before. And hi, Amy, you're fine. I did a video a little bit about color correcting. My infection here is getting a little bit better, but I'm going to go in and just do a little bit of color correcting. Now, when I talk about color correcting, I like a color called Mango to go in the grayness underneath my eyes. And I am talking the smallest amount of product, okay? I won't go through a tin of Mango for a year, all right? And I use it to color correct everything. Hi, Carly, how are you? And then I'm gonna go in and do a little bit of Mango on my nose. And this, I'm telling you, it's the weirdest thing. When you start color correcting with this makeup, it's the weirdest thing what it does for your skin. So I just barely put a little bit of Mango. It kind of captures the redness or the gray and then like gets your skin ready for your other highlight color. And then I'm just gonna kind of tap on this. I did find out that this is not like contagious, but it's just gonna take it a while. Look what that did, you guys. See how that happened? It's like crazy how that like just takes it away. And I'm talking about the very smallest amount of product. So let's talk about contouring next. So when your artist is helping you find your perfect colors, it's not just the highlight that you need to worry about finding the perfect color. Sometimes your magic will come in finally getting the correct contour color, okay? So if you're feeling like you're not quite there, the magic just isn't quite happening, maybe the contour color is too orange or too muddy looking, then be sure and like reach out to us, because that's what we're here for, is to help you find that perfect color. But see how pretty that color is? So I use a couple of different colors. Yeah, the redness is crazy. And as we get older, our skin just gets more and more complicated, right? I'm going to go along the top here. Now, I'm using a color called Stone first. My skin really likes this color, but I like it to be a little bit cooler of a color, to be more of a shadow and not so bronzy. And so I use a combination of colors. But if I try and use certain colors, then it like breaks apart on my face and doesn't look right. Okay, so if you're having problems with the makeup kind of breaking apart, sitting on the surface, any of that kind of stuff, then something's not quite right. And usually it's a color issue. If it's not a color issue, many times it's too much product. And if you're putting on very, very little amount of product and doing all the color correcting and it's still not looking right, it may be that you need to shave your face, or it may be that you need to exfoliate your skin, or maybe means that you need to get like started on a really good skincare regimen. All these different things can come into play, and that's what we love helping you with. So I like to go in with another color. This one is called Ash. It is a little bit more on the shadowy color side, and I put it underneath my jawline. I'm going to try and get rid of those jowls right there. And then I'm going to take it and put it, just kind of dab it right back here. See how that adds just a little bit more grayness, a little bit more of a shadow feature, and that's kind of what you want the contour to look like. But if I go in right off the bat with Ash, then I look kind of dead, okay? Because it's like if you go too cool of a color on a mature skin, we kind of just look gray and then we look dead. And none of us really want to look like that, okay? So I'm just going to kind of go in and just kind of go over the top of my Stone with my Ash. And that's what's so fun about this stuff, you guys. You literally are just dipping into your compact and being an artist on your face. So how fun is that? Okay, now next, let's go in with a couple highlight colors. I always have a few different ones that I like to choose from. And this is because I like to use a self tanner. Or depending on sun, or depending on how cold and how stormy it is outside, or how humid it is outside, or whatever. I have different options for whatever my skin is doing at the time. So right off the bat, I'm going to go in with a couple of different colors because I'm a mixer. And as soon as you understand this process, you will be a mixer too. And I'm going to go in with the highlight color everywhere where I don't have the contour, okay? And I like to do a lot of dabbing. And you guys, it really does take hardly any product to do this makeup. And that's why it should feel really light on your skin and should not feel heavy at all, okay? If it's taking too much product to get the coverage that you're needing, then we're probably not using the correct color, okay? So I'm using Aura kind of here, and then I'll use Aura under my eyes. And down on my jawline here, I mixed it with a little bit of amber. Normally I'm amber all the way, but I'm a little bit fair right now. So I'm just using Aura. See how pretty that is, you guys? It is the prettiest makeup. And you literally just dab it on. See that? Now see how Aura kind of almost washes me out a little bit, and if I didn't have the warmer contour, I would almost look a little bit gray, okay? So that is where you have to make sure that you're using the correct contour color. If you're not, and you're feeling like you're looking too ashy, then let's warm your face up, and you can always do that with the Bella bronzer as well, or with a powder bronzer. We have a powder bronzer as well. Okay, now let's talk about setting your makeup, all right? So again, I talk about two different kinds of stay spray. There's the Stay Spray, and then there's the Stay Outside Spray, which is the one with the SPF. Now, from personal preference, I like the idea of the SPF, but I will tell you, so Candlelight's pretty good on me, Crystal. It's a little bit green on me sometimes. So I have Candlelit in my compact, and sometimes I'll use it, and it really diffuses some of the redness really, really well. And a lot of times I'll use it on my eyes before I do my eyeshadows. I can't wait to meet you either, Crystal. You're so cute. But I actually like the regular Stay Spray and not the Stay Outside Spray. The Stay Outside Spray it clogs up the sprayer for one thing, which drives me absolutely crazy. And the other thing is it feels a little bit greasier on my skin. And I don't like that greasy feeling. I like my skin to feel moisturized, but I don't like it to feel greasy. And that's what I kind of feel like the Stay Outside Spray does to me. So if you're on the oily side, stay away from the SPF. And if you're needing to put the SPF on, make sure you're like putting it underneath your makeup before you put your makeup on, okay? If you need that sun protection. I find that I don't necessarily need the sun protection with the makeup. I feel like it protects me enough, but everybody has, recommendations from their doctor. Yeah, the clogging in the sprayer on the SPF one, it's crazy, okay? So if you're struggling with that, please let me know or let your artist know, and let's get you the other one. I've had a few ladies send back the SPF one and get the regular one because of that issue. So now, once I get this point done, I go ahead and spray my face. If you do not have the Stay Spray, you will not get the staying power of the makeup. You just won't. It was made to go hand in hand with the makeup, and that it's kind of a must, okay? So, and if you're wanting a sample of it or whatnot, let me know or let your artist know, and we can get you a sample. Now, let's talk about a couple of different ways to blend it, okay? Now, as you can see, I kind of blend as I go, but if you're feeling like the makeup, you need to like move it around a little bit more, you're gonna use what's called a perfector. You guys, these are like $13, $14, super cheap, okay? You're gonna get it really, really wet, okay? You're gonna get that thing and it's gonna like expand double size and it's gonna look like a freaking cloud, all right? So you're gonna get that really wet and then you're gonna wring it out, okay? Now see how drippy this is? Wring it all the way out. Don't worry, I'll wash my rug. Okay, and you want to make sure it's wrung all the way out, okay? But see, it's so soft and so fluffy, okay? Yeah, and so you just kind of have to decide. You may like the SPF underneath your makeup, the Stay Spray with SPF underneath your makeup, and then go over it with your makeup and set with the other one. Or, it's just troubleshooting through and seeing what's most important. I will tell you the one thing that I really love about the SPF is for the kids, because it's so clean and you can spray like in the part and you don't get like greasy and stuff in there, and it's really good for your kids. So, and not only that, but it helps really a lot with sunburn. Okay, so let's go back to this. Okay, so there's a couple of different ways I like to blend. I like to either blend with my B-squared brush and I just kind of buff it like that, or I take my perfector and I like pat, okay? So in the beginning, I think it's a good idea to use a perfector. And let me tell you why. Because the most common mistake that people make with this makeup is they put it on too thick, all right? If you find that it's settling in your wrinkles, you've probably put too much on. And it seems absolutely crazy that you're putting too much on because you're like, no, I'm hardly putting any on the brush. Like, it's really not. But it feels heavy and it feels like it's sliding on your face, then you've put too much product on. And again, if you're having to use that much product to get the coverage, then you're not using the right color, okay? So please just know that there's some troubleshooting issues. That's why they give you 30-day money back or 60-day exchange, okay? Yeah, so it's it's so fun to have a couple of different options for sure, Crystal. So anyway, get a perfector sponge in the beginning. You'll use it. I don't use it every day. I do like it if I tend to put too much powder on. If I put too much powder on my face and I feel like it's cakey, then I can go back in with my perfector and buff it out, and it's like magic. Okay, so get a perfector. They're cheap, 13, 14 bucks. You cannot go wrong with those. All right, now I've got a little notepad here that I'm kind of making sure that I'm touching base on it. So let's see, let's go in. Now that I've kind of done that, I want to talk about powders. Okay, there's a couple of different powders that you can use to set your makeup. Now, because this makeup is supposed to give you like that really dewy look, powder is not always necessary, okay? Does powder help in the beginning if you're used to more of a matte color or matte foundation? Absolutely, you'll want the powder, okay? If you feel like the makeup is like showing your pores, if you feel like the makeup shows texture, if you feel like you're having to use powder to cover, you're probably not using the right color, okay? And I cannot stress that enough. And will you need a few different colors? Probably. Do you think you can get away with the quad in the beginning? I don't know. I'm a big one on saying you should just go with the hack stack. Get a couple of different colors of contour, a couple of different colors of highlight, a color corrector, and a couple of blushes, and you'll be thrilled with it, okay? But when I talk about powders, Maskcara has one. It's called Vanilla Dust. It's a great powder. They also have a bronzer that's a powder, which doesn't have any shine, which is amazing because if you're oily and you want to set your contour, you don't necessarily want to set it with something that's shiny or sparkly, okay? So get the Cayman bronzer. It works amazing to set the contour, and then you're not like covering up your pretty contour with powder, okay? Now, the other powder I really like to use is a loose translucent powder. There's a couple of them in a wide range of price ranges. I like to use this side of my B-squared brush, and I get a little bit in the cup here in the lid, and I just kind of very, very lightly dust where I might feel like it's a little shiny. Now, I do not... I've got hair in my mouth. I do not want to powder underneath my eyes, because what happens with us mature ladies is if you powder underneath your eyes here, then as the day goes on, your eyes will dehydrate and the wrinkles will show worse. So don't be doing too much powder underneath your eyes. Now, I know some of the young girls really like to press that powder and they like to bake and do all that kind of stuff. That's fantastic, but I'm talking about mature ladies with wrinkles underneath their eyes. Be very careful with baking. Okay, but if you're a young girl and like have no wrinkles, you go right ahead and bake all you want. But this girl's probably not going to be doing much baking because I have a lot of wrinkles. Okay, now let's talk about what happens with the blush. So when you do blush, you want to brighten your face up, okay? Many ladies are super afraid of blush. They think that it is like old-fashioned. But let me show you how pretty this blush can be. And this is a cream blush. And I'm just going to tap it right above my contour, okay? I'm gonna make sure and keep this triangle nice and bright. And I'm gonna take and just kind of pat. This is called sandstone. And I'm just gonna pat it right there. Look how pretty that is. Now that just almost gives me more of a bronzed look, right? It doesn't necessarily, this is not a pink blush, although I am obsessed with our pink blushes in the spring and summer. Okay, see how pretty that is? So easy. Okay, let's see. Yes, even ladies with fine lines, baking makes them not so fine. It's so true. Yes, is it Shannon? Like sandstone is like amazing. Okay, I forgot to contour my nose, you guys. Let's do this. Let me show you how fast it is to make your nose look thinner. Look what that does. Just on the tip, Then I'm just gonna kind of like go down this with Aura and just kind of buff it down. And then I like to contour right underneath my lip right here. See how fun that is? Okay, let's talk again about the bronzers. So I absolutely love our Bella bronzer. It's a cream bronzer. It seems crazy that you would want a cream bronzer, but I kind of like to marry the two colors together. So I have my highlight here, my contour here, and I'm gonna kind of put the cream bronzer right in between the two, and it just really warms up the face. I like to put it right here on the top of my cheek where the sun would hit, and it blends so pretty with sandstone. Magic, right? So, so they look red on you at this time of year. Okay, so this is the thing. I love stone, and in the beginning, I couldn't wear stone because it looked red on me, okay? But now stone is really pretty. So don't like X off like colors just because they haven't worked for you before. Try them again, okay? And then don't be afraid to mix the colors to give you that look that you want. There's something very magical. I have stone underneath, and then I did a little bit of ash right back here just to give it that really pretty gray shadow look back here. But my face needs the warmth of the stone. So, yeah, have some fun doing some like crazy looks. Okay, let me just make sure that I did underneath my eyes okay, because sometimes I don't, when I'm looking at my phone, I can't really see it. Now, I've already put Moonlit right here and gone right underneath my brow bone with Moonlit. Isn't that so pretty? The colors on my eyes today, I have Gold Digger. I have, oh my gosh, these new colors, you guys. I have a really hard time remembering these colors. Gold Digger and Gigi and Blondie. Those are the colors I have on today. Oh, and I did a little bit of this really sparkly ginger right here, which is like the prettiest color. Okay, so let's get back to making sure that we set the makeup correctly, okay? So you have the two different setting sprays. You can do it with pressed powder or translucent powder. Make sure if you are going out on a day where it's like really humid and really hot and you know you're gonna sweat, it's just going to happen. Use Ash Indigo. See, indigo goes really red on me. Yeah, you might really like Astoria. Okay, you guys, I'm so terrible. I get so sidetracked. Anyway, so make sure if you're going out on a really hot, humid day that you're setting it twice, okay? So in other words, I will do a really thin layer of makeup, okay? I will set with Stay Spray. I will lightly powder, okay? And then I'm just gonna let it sit for a minute, and then I may come back and set it with Stay Spray one more time, okay? That will, I'm not kidding, I was outside 15 hours, it was like 98 degrees and 80% humidity, and my makeup looked better by the end of the day than it did in the beginning, okay? So those of you who think that because it's humid, the makeup is not gonna work for you, that's not true, okay? It's just troubleshooting to find out how to get the makeup to stay on your skin. And in the beginning, guess what? Your skin has no idea what to do with this makeup, okay? It is like, I've never had my face be moisturized because normally I put this like BB cream on there and it dries and it becomes hard and crunchy. And so now you're putting something on your face that moves with your skin and your face and stays moisturized and hydrated all day. Don't you think your skin's gonna take, it's gonna take a good week or two for your skin to even know what to do with it. So give your skin some time to adjust to the makeup. That is like the most important thing, I'm telling you, let's see, I live in Florida. Yep. Yes. And the spray and the powder, and you just have to figure out exactly how much you need and where to put it. And then it's super magical. But that's what the artists are here for, is to help you troubleshoot through those issues. Okay. But back to, and you guys, another trick for you really oily girls that girls are doing is they're using dry shampoo to set their makeup. It seems crazy, right? Like I could never do that, but dry shampoo to set your makeup, it's kind of a good idea. I would worry a little bit about some of the chemicals in it. My skin probably wouldn't like it, but my skin it stays all day anyway, so I don't have a problem with that. But I know some girls are doing it and it's working really, really well. Yeah, hairspray, why not? It's like the same thing, okay? So let's figure out what works for you. But first and foremost, it will take you a good week to 2 weeks for you to even figure out how to contour your face, okay? How to lift your cheekbones up, how far down to contour on your forehead. It seems super weird and super hard and super difficult, and I'm telling you, it's 5 minutes of makeup and you will feel beautiful and your skin will look natural and you won't look like you're wearing a lot of makeup, and you deserve to be pretty. So I'm going to upload this video to my YouTube channel. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, head on over there and subscribe. I would appreciate it. My goal is to hit 400 subscribers within the next few months. So, oh, Pamela, you're so stinking cute. I love you. And we will get your contour color looking magical, okay? And you guys have a great New Year's Eve. Be safe and have fun tomorrow watching football and eating all of the treats, because we're all back on the train of the New Year's resolutions coming up soon, right? You guys have a good day. Thanks so much, and we'll talk to you soon.